Good morning, we are back. Today, painting Rocinante. I think I'm saying that right, I have no idea. He's a heavy character warjack from the Mercenaries faction of Warmachine. And there's probably going to be some interruptions because I'm doing my laundry, and that's what this timer here is for. Starting 09089 Cloudy Gray. So Rocinante is a character warjack, a variant of the Nomad chassis belonging to Captain Damiano, and has been in his family for 3 generations. Rocinante itself has developed a fairly elaborate personality, and while the current Captain Damiano is the 3rd consecutive warcaster in his family line, Rocinante sees him as simply a continuation of the last 2, and for some reason has developed an unexplained fondness for children, going so far as to try to prod the corpses of children it encounters on the battlefield into moving. Captain Damiano has no idea where it picked that up. But this is also an upgrade kit model, where you have to have a heavy warjack kit for the desired faction, and an additional fairly inexpensive kit. This was only a $15 upgrade to a $35 kit to get the character. This was a little tricky to assemble. The parts in the upgrade kit were the variant head, this additional armor for the right forearm, and the cannon with the hand attached, as well as the chains to anchor it to the shoulder. And this part in particular was difficult to get attached. So, something they tried for a bit, and there's a handful of character warjacks done this way. But it looks like with the newer character jacks, they've stepped away from this. It would not surprise me if they re-released some of these upgrade kit character jacks as just straight up complete kits in the near future. They've already re-released some of the older character warjacks that were complete kits in new plastic sculpts. We'll see. And all the upgrade parts were metal. That was a big part of the difficulty assembling and attaching metal to plastic. The hand especially does not have the best contact points either to use. Getting this grail over the pistons and the visible moving parts that are not covered by the armor. Oh, excuse me. those pistons on the collar here. Not technically a collar, I guess, but yeah, the extra bulk of this plate limited how I could position the hand holding the battle blade. Okay. Let's see here. So many colors that are going to end up touching. Let's go ahead and go with, oh, no, that's the wrong one, Old Bronze, 09197. Start working on the boiler. Let's see here. And I am making some of this up as I go along, picking out details I want in certain colors as I move. Though much of this I've already figured out. That's pretty good on the brass, I'd say. Next, 09161 Shield Brown. It's actually a bit of wood on the gun. At least this is a texture I'm interpreting as wood. Oh, missed some bronze, I just realized. Fix that. Gonna need a little more bronze to fix that. Too much water in the brush. And we'll go ahead and do the handle of the blade in bronze as well. Okay, go ahead and let that dry before moving on. Okay, next I think 09122 Terran Khaki. And while I did the other warjacks based on this kit in olive green, Rocinante is a character warjack and thus a literal one of a kind. Notice I missed a piece of the leg here. It needs to be gray. I'll just take a second and touch that up real quick before I get too far into this. Okay. Okay, that's got it. Yeah, this is a little more... Oh boy, I just saw a substantial piece of the gray here I missed. Alright, so I'll get some of the gray wet, so I'll just fix it right now real quick. How I did that, I have no idea, but important thing is to fix these mistakes when you find them. To be fair, they're only a mistake if you think they are. You see something like that you missed and you're happy with it? Nothing wrong with that. Too much water. Yeah, some of these angles are a little trickier with the cannon on. Excuse me again. There's gotta be something there. Now, that would help. Just notice the light's been off the whole time. And all I can say about that is, oops. See here. Yeah, I think that's everything I want done in the khaki. You know what? I will do one more piece. Go ahead and do the top of the head here. Since the cowling around it's going to be a different color. Go ahead and take this to pick out the bottom of the head too underneath this fancy grill in the front of it. And I'll go ahead and take out some pieces on the boiler with the khaki as well. I did this on the Nomad, didn't even think to do it on the Rover. Until I was so far along, it would have been a big step backwards, so I just rolled with it. These things happen. Touch at the top here. Right here on the left. And we'll, let's see. You know what, actually. Okay, now we'll go ahead and call that good for a little bit. Okay, moving on. There's one more piece I want to do in the bronze. We'll pull that out again. Just a little bit. Should be enough. Okay. 09206 Tarnished Steel. Get those spikes last. I may have to grip that. Go ahead and do the blade and pommel. This battle blade. Just need to keep your brush moist. Not over the top soaking wet, just kind of damp. I'm only going to go part way up the chain right this minute. I get it screwed up here. Okay, that's got it fixed. Oops. Again, the key when you make mistakes like that is fixing them. Not getting so obsessed about preventing them that you think it's the end of the world if you make one, because it'll happen sooner or later. Just being realistic there. Again, not going all the way up the chain just yet. Part way. Now go ahead and finish up the chain. And the plate anchoring it to the shoulder. Now we'll do the spikes on the shoulder. Okay. Next, 09050 Antique Gold. Let's see if I got enough left in here. I've got a spare if it comes to that. That might be enough. You will see. Putting this on the top of this plate on the cannon under the grip. This is a decorative. I believe the term is filigree, though I may be wrong. Then too much water. going to go on part of the faceplate. Too much water again. Yeah. And just on the inside of these panels on the forearm. Let's go ahead and pick out a few screws. One bolting this panel of wood to the cannon. Pick out these screws in the battle blade here. Make sure to get the other side. I can get this big one in the knee. I may have to redo that after I do the last color, but if I do, that's fine. Not a big deal. Shoulder there. Alright, we'll do this big screw in the elbow. Yeah, I know I didn't pick these details out when I did the Nomad or Rover, but I'm doing it on this guy because he is a character-specific individual and not a generic. Go ahead and get these big screws on that there. And I think I can go ahead and do the last base coats. 09023 Imperial Purple. So I'm using this color because it's associated with royalty, and Captain Damiano believes himself destined for greatness because he is the third consecutive warcaster in as many generations in his bloodline. And though he and his family are mercenaries affiliated with the Steelheads, he believes himself destined for greatness because of that coincidence. And the difference between a warcaster and a normal wizard in Warmachine is basically comparing a normal flashlight to a movie studio floodlight that can turn night into day. It's kind of an overflow of power, and all the warcaster's equipment, including their warjacks, are designed to make sure I'm speaking right, to use that overflow. As Damiano believes himself destined for greatness, I see he is actually fairly arrogant. So, probably would give his favored warjack pretty fanciful attention. I think I used that word wrong just there. Including these gold embellishments. and using a color signifying royalty. Go ahead and get this front piece of the faceplate here. Okay, that's base coats. Let that dry and start shading. Alright, made a mistake and forgot to do the back of the knuckles. I took care of that off camera. 09022 Nightshade Purple. This one's clogged. That should be enough once I thin it out. That noise is just my neighbors having some fun with their dogs. Nothing to worry about at all out there. Okay, and that's the purple. Just let that dry and then move on to the next one. Alright. Lucked out, almost lost everything I recorded on the last take thanks to some weird glitch, but 09049 Ancient Bronze. In a video like this, I can't exactly do a reshoot without stripping the paint and more or less starting over, and stripping the paint alone takes days, if not weeks or months. It depends on how long or how well the original paint job is on there in the first place. I've got some models I'm stripping the paint off right now so I can redo them, since I can do a better job now than I did when I painted these a few years ago. But it's a long process. Okay, let's see. Can't do the bronze. Probably go ahead and do the steel next. Or, on second thought, no, I'm gonna have to wait on the steel. I can do the wood though. Woodstain Brown 09160. Oh yeah, that nozzle is clogged. The endless utility of the simple paperclip. I suppose I can do the khaki, actually. So, Khaki Shadow 09121. I have to be careful around the head, because I got that gold drying as well. I am aware I'm getting this khaki on the screws in this blade, but I'll be able to touch that up well enough when I do the shading on the steel color. Been about 2 months and I'm still not used to talking while I do this. Making sure to be thorough. Okay. A little more up on the head here. Let's see. Okay, that's got that for now. We'll let that dry and move on in a minute. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and do the bronze with Age Peweter 09196. Yeah, that's clogged. Again, just kind of blowing those air bubbles out. Okay, let's get the bronze. We'll have to let that dry and then get the steel. Okay, moving on to the steel. Blackened steel 09205. And get the screws on the knees first. There. Need to still work on being more conscious of the camera, apparently. Just a piece of bronze I missed. Fortunately, the paint's still wet enough. I don't have to do any more. It's just under the pipe, under the chin there. And that's done. Okay. That's shading a steel. Just one color left. While I'm thinking about it, 09039 pure white. Can go ahead and get started on the lighted areas as well as the front arc. Get that in the eyes. Gauges. Those slots in the boiler there. And just like every other Warmachine model with this front arc, we'll overextend it first and then clean it up later. Okay. Go ahead and let that dry, actually. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let that dry. Come back in a bit. Okay. Back at it. And do that one last. We'll go with, where is it? 09088 Stormy Gray. toes. See. Okay, that's all the gray. Now 09007 Marigold yellow, because it worked pretty well in the last one I did. That actually is going to be enough. That little dot will be plenty. Go in the eyes. Not worried about what's getting on the top too much. It'll come out when I highlight in a second. Well, not really a second. It's going to be a few minutes while this dries before I move on to that part, but... Okay, and then smokestack and these vents here. It's good. And I touch a place I just shaded. I'll just touch that up. Oh boy. And 09008 sun yellow. Shake this up really well. Should be enough. Actually, need this brush. This is going on the arc. And the choice of yellow to do the arcs on my mercenaries was pretty much a totally arbitrary choice. Could have been just about any color, and yeah. Uh-oh. Got a little yellow on the toe there. I'll just take care of fixing that real quick. There we go. Be a little more, gotta be a little more careful on that. Okay. It's got a nice even coat on that. Just set that down. And once it's dry, we'll do the last of the details, the highlighting, touch up the arc and basing, and done. Okay, gonna finish up some detail work. 09037 pure black. Only a few of these. Not quite that much. Carefully fill in the dials and the gauges and the boiler. And that slot a hole there for maintenance to the maintenance hatch. And of course the barrel to the cannon. And then pulling this bad boy out again. Figuring out the arc. Sorry if my head's in the way on this shot. I can't tell, but it's a little tricky to see with the way I've got the arm positioned. Okay, it's got it. Switching to the big brush. Okay, let that dry, and then moving on to the highlights and the basing. Alright, highlighting time. Misty Gray 09090. Uh-oh. Okay, that should be enough to do the job. And I don't think I'll need this on the next one. I'm just kind of dusting lightly. Looks like another storm's coming in based on the wind. True Silver 09207. Too much water. You want hardly any water at all when you're dry brushing. So you got to make sure your brush is dry pretty thoroughly between colors. You may even want to wait a few minutes to give it time to dry. That's a personal choice. I'm not worrying about the side of the blade facing down as I am the one facing up, getting a little tongue-tied again. Okay, next, probably gold. So that's going to be 09051 new gold. This one's about cash too, but I got a spare on hand if I need it. Again, I just try to get as much use as possible on my paints. That might actually be enough. Yeah, this should be enough. There's not too much gold on this one. Okay. Driftwood Brown 09162 is the next. Okay. Zero 9138 Tarnished Brass. And I just noticed I didn't do the vents on this one like I did on the last one, but that's okay, because it's something that makes it stand out. I keep going for the brown when I get this refreshed. I think I got enough of the bronze out to finish this. Yeah, just barely. Let's see, that leaves. Khaki highlight 09123. And I just realized I forgot to do the underarms. I did the bronze, okay. Easy to fix, so just go ahead and take care of the khaki first and then go backtrack. It happens a lot. Wouldn't worry too much about it. out. May as well touch up the sword stack here. Kind of thing, did I forget to shade that? I don't think so. That looks okay. Oh, it's been a weird couple of months anyway. Okay. 09024 Amethyst Purple. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to take Pure White 09039. Just a tiny dot. Or actually, forgetting the rules of the game. This guy's a character. I don't need to mark the base. I can only ever take one of them. Oh boy, force of habit. You can see on this shoulder how the paint's mostly concentrating on the edges. It's exactly what you want. Okay. Basing time. Getting the glue wall again. Get the flock. Now where the eyedropper end up is in the picture plane. Letting that flow around the base. Making sure it gets in between the toes. Okay. Yeah, I somehow managed to miss a spot. That bare spot's why you need to make sure you get it everywhere. Just go ahead and get more of that glue solution in there. That'll get it. And then using a dry one, if I can get a grip on one of these, okay, just brush it away from the areas that don't want it. And I just need to let that set for a while and then seal it. Alright, last step is to seal the flock. Civic cement. Give this about half an hour to dry. I did this. Again, the drying time is the only thing I'm cutting out, otherwise this would be an all-day video. That's it. Rocinante, the Mercenary Heavy Character Warjack. It's going to be the last Warmachine video for a bit. We'll move on to some Warhammer 40,000, continuing with something else from the Dark Imperium box set.